Hello again. Welcome to another edition of Crop Life Retail Week. Paul Shrimp here again with Eric Svilagoy.
Back in the chairs again after a week absence.
Yeah, it's been a busy couple travel weeks for both of us. I was 2 weeks ago. I was in South Dakota and Minnesota. I actually visited South Dakota State University. They're going to crank up. There was a Regents vote, I think, coming up either this week or next week. But they're going to crank up the very first 4-year degree program in precision ag, which is really exciting news, and we're hoping that was affirmed and they're moving forward. It'll start in the fall. It's really great. I got to talk to probably 7 or 8 of the leaders at South Dakota State in the different departments that are helping out with the degree, and it's really great to see it when the notion of this thing starts from the top and goes down. A lot of precision's history, you've had that person that's kind of in the middle of the company, possibly a consultant or something, wanting to do this, and it just becomes a cult of that person's personality, and it's humored and allowed to continue. But once that person either leaves or gets exhausted with trying to make it work within a company, a lot of times it'll falter or never really take off. But when it's the top down kind of, we're going to do this and I want you all to work on this, it generally has some staying power, and I think they've really got a lot of momentum behind it. That was really exciting. I also got to go to the Ag Gateway meeting. Made the 3.5-hour trek to the Minneapolis area to attend that. And they're making a lot of headway. There's a program called Adapt that's being they're trying to get the buy-in from manufacturers that's being implemented on a retail level. It'll allow data to flow much better if we can get adoption through manufacturers, tying into this new data exchange program. It's going to be it could very well be a solid program moving forward, and really help the industry to get that data flowing. So that's 2. This week I was at, why don't you tell me about some of your stuff? I'm talked enough. Tell me about some of your stuff.
All right, Paul. Thanks. Yeah, one of the trips I took recently was down to Marysville, Ohio, in central Ohio, to attend the official grand opening for the Heritage Cooperative facility there, which they're referring to as the Agricultural Campus. And I'll just look up some statistics here on the facility. It's on 277 acres. $35 million project, and that includes a grain terminal, a 30,000-ton dry fertilizer warehouse, and a 10,000-ton liquid UAN storage facility with 24/7 distribution. And one of the interesting things, Paul, about this facility is it's actually built on an area that is considered environmentally sensitive area. There are 9 wetlands nearby, and they actually put the facility in that area, keeping the environmental aspect in mind. So you can look for more information on this facility in the upcoming issues of Crop Life's July facilities report, the July-August issue of Crop Life Iron, and then I'll have a report on my trip that'll appear in the September 2016 edition. So
yeah, it's impressive how the facilities report shows how far facility construction has come in terms of what they can do with them, how they're building them. The efficiency tied in with the environmental responsibility and containment and everything else has really been an impressive, even in the relatively short time we've been here watching this development happen. They've really made a lot of strides forward. So that's really cool. This week I was at EFC Systems Users Group, and hopefully most of you have heard of EFC, but they're a software company, and they've been largely in the Southeast and Mid-South. They've been very cooperative focused, and they have modules that deal with enterprise management and with precision and technology. They're adding a grain management module now, which is getting a lot of interest, and they're looking to expand their business beyond where they are, and they've been fairly quiet. They're in, I think, he said 40, they're in 45, 46 states. They're pretty well expanded, but some of them are relatively small installations, but they're looking to expand. And it's good to meet some of those folks and get a sense for sense for their challenges even on the technology side and selling technology to growers. So best of luck to Ernie. We had a nice conversation, and hopefully he's wishing him success in his desire to expand. So you think you got one more? You got one more?
Actually, two more things.
Two more things.
One under the heading of, I guess, to be continued, and one under the heading of it's finally over. Under the to be continued headline, as you know, we've been following the whole back and forth between Monsanto and Bayer regarding Bayer trying to acquire Monsanto. We found out last week that Bayer has lined up the financing to basically do the $62 billion deal. They've lined up financing for $63 billion, actually. But they would like to have some access to Monsanto's records, if you will, before they actually will think about upping the bid. And Monsanto has said that unless the bid's upped, that Bayer cannot see their internal documents. So we'll have a little bit of an impasse here. So it looks like this situation will continue. I know this morning I read that the Bayer folks who were getting resistance from their shareholders basically came out and said, well, we could probably put this deal together without the shareholders' blessings. So we'll see what happens, but again, to be continued. And under the heading of it's finally over, Paul and I, as you may know, out in the field, our offices are here outside of Cleveland, Ohio, and our Cavaliers basketball team did win the NBA championship, first championship we've had in Cleveland in 52 years. So from all of us in Cleveland, I can say, thank God, it's finally over. The drought is done.
Yep. And we'll be, the Cleveland Indians will be coming for you all real soon out there in baseball land. So we're looking forward to maybe another parade in November. Anyway, that's another edition of Crop Life Retail Week. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.